this video, I'm going to be talking about the downstream and negative effects of a magnesium deficiency and what nutrients are affected, as well as what can arise as a result of the other nutrients being affected. Now, make sure to like and share these videos with other people and your friends and family to make sure that these videos are pushed out to a wider audience, because I do believe that other health channels, other health influencer biochemistry channels are leaving out a lot of important pieces that I think people should know. So the best way for them to know is for these videos to get pushed out to a wider audience by the algorithm. So thanks in advance for that. So magnesium is crucial for stabilizing cell membranes. A deficiency leads to increased oxidative stress, therefore lipid peroxidation and lysosomal membranes. Lysosomal damage causes leakage of stored iron, also leading to systemic iron deficiency. If the iron is deficient, this impairs hemoglobin synthesis and enzyme function. Also, a vitamin A, or in other words, retinol, needs iron. So an iron deficiency means reduced activity of a retinol-binding protein, therefore a deficiency in vitamin A. I've already explained that in many of my other videos, but a vitamin A deficiency will eventually lead to the parietal cells not being able to secrete intrinsic factor, therefore leading to a B12 deficiency, because B12 relies on intrinsic factor for B12 to be bioavailable. Here's how a magnesium deficiency can lead to a vitamin D deficiency. That's because the lysosomes, they have to fuse together with the phagosomes. That also enables or allows the cathepsins to degrade the vitamin D complex. If the cathepsins are absent, then the vitamin D complex is not degraded, therefore leading to vitamin D deficiency of the active form. If magnesium is deficient, then the lysosome cannot fuse with the phagosome, therefore no degradation of the vitamin D complex. So magnesium deficiency doesn't only lead to a vitamin D deficiency, but it can also lead to a zinc deficiency as well. That's because there will be a cysteine deficiency as a result of a vitamin B12 deficiency. And cysteine is required for zinc metabolism. But zinc deficiency will lead to zinc metabolism issues. So cysteine is a sulfur-containing amino acid that's important for glutathione production, which is an antioxidant, as well important as well for metallothionein synthesis. Now, metallothionein is a zinc-binding protein. So with no cysteine means lack of that zinc-binding protein, so no wonder there's a zinc deficiency. So metallothionein is also responsible and important for zinc storage and zinc transport. So without cysteine, then the metallothionein cannot store the zinc and transport the zinc. So zinc deficiency also leads to impaired zinc transport, which is a ZIP or ZIP. Okay, the thymus, which is the training camp for T cells, the thymus is extremely sensitive to a zinc deficiency. So zinc deficiency means a thymic atrophy. So that's not good, because then that means that the thymus is not making T cells for the immune system, and then the cancer cells will go unopposed because there aren't any T cells to battle off or fight off the cancer cells. Also, there's also another connection with exosomes. If you've seen my other videos on exosomes, then you already know what I'm talking about. That if the tumors receive the exosomes, then that's going to wreak havoc on the immune system and increasing metastasis potential of cancer cells. But there's actually a flip side to exosomes, because T cells, they can use exosomes against tumors. Okay, so basically the tumors, they receive exosomes, and the tumors need the exosomes to survive and to fight off the immune system. But T cells, they can actually use that against tumors because inside the exosomes, T cells, they pack anti-cancer molecules inside the exosomes. And then, so basically, the T cells, they send the exosomes over to the tumors. And instead of the tumors surviving from the exosomes, which is what my other videos talks about, instead, the tumors are killed, or apoptosis or programmed cell death is induced on the tumors with the exosomes that the T cells sent to the tumors. So first, before sending the exosomes to the tumors, the T cells pack the exosomes with anti-cancer molecules before sending off the package over to the tumor. So like a good analogy would be that the tumor receives a present from the T cell, and the tumor thinks it's having like a birthday or a Christmas gift, right? So instead, it's like there's like a bomb in the gift. So like the bomb would be an analogy for the anti-cancer molecules. So instead of a gift that the tumor thinks it's getting, instead it's getting a bomb. So another nutrient that's important for magnesium metabolism, also serves for cysteine metabolism as well, is a vitamin B6. Vitamin B6 can be found in foods. One of my favorite ones is pistachios, which you can find at Aldi if you like shopping at Aldi. Okay, here's another reason of why the metallothionein that I was talking about earlier, that stores and transports zinc, is that the metallothionein is crucial in order for zinc to be stored, because if zinc is not stored away, then a free-flowing zinc that is free in the bloodstream can actually be cytotoxic. That's why it's important to store the zinc, because if the zinc is stored, then the cells can actually retrieve or get the zinc out of storage, so that the cells can use the zinc for enzymatic reactions and immune function. Okay, now I'm going to be talking about TNF-alpha, and TNF-alpha is actually needed to upregulate metallothionein. So TNF-alpha helps for zinc to be stimulated, as well as for zinc to be released whenever it's needed, or the TNF-alpha allows the metallothionein to release stored zinc, as well as storing the zinc. Okay, I've talked a lot about fruits in my other videos, but many of them, they actually lower that TNF-alpha. Some of the more potent TNF-alpha reducers would be fruits such as grapes and blueberries. Those can really, really lower or reduce TNF-alpha too much. So theoretically, if TNF-alpha goes down too much, then that means that stored zinc will not be able to be retrieved for immune function. So it might be good to keep in mind to not have too much of a good thing, such as fruits and the ones that I mentioned, to avoid reducing TNF-alpha too much, to allow stored zinc to be able to be retrieved. So that's it for the video. If you're interested in more future videos, then make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Keep it locked in here on my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.